Hey guys, and welcome to the Natty Blueprint podcast. This is episode 19. We're joined by a very special guest today, an avid listener of the podcast. Billy is always one to comment on our YouTube videos and stuff. So we thought, as he's 6 weeks out, he's approaching his first show in his first season. We'll get him on, have a little chat about prep, have a little chat about his new business venture as well, which is exciting. So Billy, first of all, mate, do you want to introduce yourself? Let people know who you are, and we'll get started.
Hello guys, I'm Billy. I train at Muscle Hut Ashford, and I'm privileged to be coming on, guys. As you said, I'm an avid listener. Love the podcast. You know, the things that you're doing in the gym's quality, and it's good to get everyone involved. So really looking forward to it.
Appreciate that. Nice little intro. I've got a question for you, Billy.
Go on then.
What do you do for work apart from coaching?
Yeah, so I work down Dungeness Power Station.
Oh, okay.
Dungeness B. I'm a project civil supervisor, so any construction works down there, any demolition works, I run a team down there. Been down there for 5 years. Yeah.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all good.
Was that like early starts? I know you're an early bird for the
Yeah,
carnival.
I'm usually in from about 6 in the morning till about 4, half 4 at the minute, which isn't too bad. But
Sure.
yeah, I was doing a lot of weekends last year, but I'm trying not to at the minute.
Yeah, nice.
I always notice that on your Instagram stories. You're up doing cardio at like 4 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, geez, I get up early, but he gets up very early.
Yeah, in the week it is a bit. So I get up at 4. I'm in the gym for 5 doing my cardio, and then get to work for 6. Finish about 4, and then I'm in the gym around 4:45, 5, and then home, eat, and then bed by 9.
Yeah. Are you like taking all your meals with you and that?
Yeah. No, you've got to be prepped. That's the massive for me is meal prep. You know, having them meals
Absolutely.
there.
Yeah.
That's just a fine example of like being prepped and ready. Like you hear a lot of people and they're like, I can't fit this in like with my work and stuff like that. And it's like you've got someone who wakes up early, does what he needs to do, gets his steps in, never misses a beat. And this is something like me and Denny talk about all the time. Is like if you have good time management, you will make sure that you hit all your variables.
That's it. Yeah.
Especially within a contest prep as well, when they're always rising, right? There's always steps to do. There's always cardio to do. There's always training to do.
Yeah, that's it.
So that's really good to hear, mate. And you're like leading by example in that front. So
I appreciate it, mate. Yeah, it's the steps as well for me. Like it's quite easy. Like at the minute, because I'm getting towards the end, it's my energy is the worst part of the minute, and I've still got to go round. I'm like half and half, like in the office, and then half like out on site, where I have to go and see, like obviously make sure the jobs are going all right, and the site's big. So when I have to do my steps, I'm easily doing my 10,000. But
nice. How are you finding prep? Obviously, you done a photo shoot last year, didn't you? And you was pretty peeled for that, to be fair.
Well, that was the thing. I said to Chris when I've been with Chris a couple of years now, and I said to him I wanted to do shows. And then he said, well, you need to really do a photo shoot first. And I said, yeah, that's fair enough. You know, just to see if I liked it, see if I could, sustain it. And I've done it last year, really enjoyed it. Got, into the best shape I've ever been in.
Nice.
And then, the plan obviously was for this year. So, and it's been very smooth sailing. Like, I can't really complain about anything. I've been, 14 weeks.
We'll keep it that way, because mine too.
How you get on?
Yeah, sounds. Had a little in-person check-in with Max today.
I saw, you're looking very good.
It's getting there. Like my head just looks like a skull at the moment. So it's sound. Like considering in comparison to last year, like not much has changed from a variable standpoint. Like food is not super low, cardio is not super high. We've only changed cardio once, steps twice. I don't want to like jinx it.
Exactly the same for me.
But it's sound.
14 weeks. I've my 12 kilo down.
Nice.
In 10 weeks, I was I think 10 kilo down. My food's only changed twice. Once was being yesterday. I was on 2,000. I lost about 10 kilos on 2,750 calories, which is it's a lot.
Mad, isn't it?
Then it got dropped to 2,450 a couple of weeks ago, and then it dropped yesterday, which I was quite happy with. You boys explained it a few episodes ago about wanting that drop, and it was like, I'm ready to, because I'm stuck, not stuck, but I've been around the 73 kilos for about a week, and I thought it was always, I think I got down to about 72 and a half, 73 last year for my photo shoot, and I thought I'm going to need probably a couple more kilos. And
Yeah.
then Chris made the change yesterday, 2,200, so he's dropped it a little bit.
Okay.
And then my weight this morning, it was just above 72. So everything's going really well. I
Decent.
had that one little bit of illness a couple of months ago.
Yeah, I saw that. He
Yeah,
was
it
under the
did
weather.
wipe me out as well, for a couple of days. But other than that, it's been really, really good.
In terms of like comparisons from photo shoot, what's the comparison from like body composition at the moment? Do you think you're leaner now than you was photo
Yeah,
shoot?
I'm feeling really, really tight now. Every day I'm feeling. 'Cause I always used to think like when people used to say, "Oh, I'm feeling tight," and I think I didn't really understand,
What
but
does that mean? Yeah.
I really get it now. You know, the one area I wanted to bring up, and I've still got a long way to go, obviously, but with my legs, and it's definitely a lot better than last year, and I'm still holding my numbers as well in the gym, which is good. So, yeah, I
No.
can't complain really.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Wicked
In
stuff.
terms of like mindset, then, how has it been like within the prep? Have you noticed like any wobbles, or have you just been like pretty tunnel vision? Like,
Yeah, to be fair, again, I am pretty tunnel vision with it. Like, obviously, I love my food. Don't get me wrong, but and everyone that I spoke to, and I still speak to now, said like, make sure you don't have food coming up on your Instagram, food coming up on your TikTok. But I actually like that. I actually like that coming up. I like watching food videos. Like,
Sure.
but I'm absolutely fine. Yeah, I'd love to go and eat some stuff. But yeah, no, I'm
Yeah.
pretty locked in, to be fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, I never used to be like that at all. It's only been the last few years, but no, I love it. And then, as you said, Max, yesterday on your story, you've got to enjoy it. Yeah, what's the point in doing it?
Yeah.
You're the only one that's doing it, aren't you? So you don't have to do it. And yeah, it's mad to think that I've been on this for 14 weeks. In 6 weeks' time, my first show, and in 9 weeks, it's all going to be done. So
yeah,
yeah, it's mad, really.
Nice. Yeah. It's
yeah.
gonna be
So
good.
what are the shows? Sorry, I can't remember what the shows, what the classes as well.
Yeah, so I've got Sunday the 18th is the PCA Naturals. I'm doing classic. Week after of your show, I'm doing the same show as you, Denny, UK DFBA, doing classic in that, and then
Nice.
I've got a week break, and then it's the WMBF novice, but I'm doing bodybuilding in that because they didn't have the classic at the time. I think they have got classic now, but I think it's first timers.
Yeah,
So I'm just doing bodybuilding in that on the 7th of June, Saturday the 7th. So yeah, they're the three that I'm going to be doing.
yeah.
Nice.
It'd be nice for you actually to experience going into bodybuilding,
Yeah,
because a lot of the classic classes there they do it on height.
yeah,
But I know this year now they're doing bodybuilding on weight, which is a lot better.
mm,
It puts you in a more even playing field.
yeah, yeah,
And it'll show you where you need to go. Like for example, like I'm the same. It's I didn't really want to do the tall classes because I could be up against someone who's going to be, you know, 85, 90 kilos on stage,
yeah,
and I'm going
cool.
to be
Yeah.
72. Like,
Yeah,
you know
well,
what I
exactly
mean?
the same for
It's
me. Yeah,
yeah, it's
no,
not
that's
going to be
it.
the same. So I think it's good to have that weight cap.
Mm.
So yeah, I think that bodybuilding show will be very
Yeah, no,
exciting for
that's
you.
what I'm looking. Because Chris said, "Oh, we'll have a look at the if they are doing classic." And I said, "Oh, I'll just stay doing the bodybuilding." And I think it is only the first timers for that show anyway, which is fine. But as you say, then when I want to go in a couple of years' time again, I can decide if I want to do bodybuilding or classic. But yeah, no, it's good. Really looking forward to it.
Nice. How are you finding like the posing and stuff?
That's the one. That's hard. It's a lot harder than
Yeah.
anyone thinks. I thought. Getting there with everything now, with all the mandatories, I'm pretty happy. It's
Yeah.
just I've got a routine now. I'm getting coached by Joey, and yeah, we've got a like routine that we started, and it's quite complicated a little bit. But yeah, I was getting not stressed this week, but I thought I've got to put some time in.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
no, this morning I had a good leg session and then a really good posing session. So yeah, no, I'm pretty happy. But yeah, it's a lot harder than what everyone thinks,
Yeah, I
especially
remember last year when I was doing
fitness.
it, it
Yeah,
was stressing me out.
yeah, yeah.
Like you're learning, like because I was doing it on a call as well. But
Yeah,
it's
right.
like that.
Same.
It's like that stress of like I'm not getting it. It's just not
Yeah.
sinking in. And then after a few weeks, after like a few goes of doing it yourself, you kind of find it will just click. So obviously,
Mm.
if you're at that point where it's maybe that pivot point where you're like not quite there yet, almost there, one day you'll just be like, that's it, I've got it, sort of thing. So
no, it was like this week. I had one on Wednesday, and we're going through the routine. And I couldn't quite get a certain bit, and I thought I was stressed. I thought I've only got 6 weeks. I'm going to try and obviously I know like I don't know if the actual routines are judged. I know some are, some aren't.
Yeah,
So
in classic it is. Yeah.
yeah, I thought that's what it was. So I want to get it good. But then like this morning I went in and it was pretty good, to be fair. And I thought I've still got 6 weeks. So yeah, I just there's no point in stressing over it. But yeah, it is a lot harder than you think, especially as the fitness as well. You know, you can't be breathing out. You've got to be staying tight all the time. But no, it's good. And I did start back in December, I think. So because everyone said make sure you start early. So
yeah,
that's
definitely. Nice. Is that kind of always been a bit of a thing for you in terms of like getting into the gym? Was that kind of like the end goal, maybe, in terms of like taking it a bit more seriously?
Honestly, I've only been training 4 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I don't know if obviously it's a bit of a long story, but I'll run through it
Go
anyway.
for it.
But yeah, like 4 years ago, I moved in to this house now with my missus, who I've been with since we was at school. I was 17 stone. I was not into the gym. I was happy. It was always all good. But yeah, I remember it was around this time we moved in March 21, and around the Easter in April, I thought I'm just going to stand on the scale. Saw that I was like 17 stone. I was like, I need to do something here. And then I lost about 5 stone, got down to 13 stone within about 4 months, but the wrong way, like just not eating really at all. Probably less than 1,000 calories. I was fine, but yeah, I just wanted to lose the weight. But then when I looked at myself, I was still way out of shape. You know, I was just more skinny fat, really.
Yeah.
And I started the gym, in August 21, just Valentine's. And then in the start of the new, in 2022, January, I started taking pictures. And then month on month, I saw like the abs coming through and progression. And I was like, right, this is, this is nice to see. So I stayed at Valentine's for 2022. Then went to Pure Gym in 2023 for a few months. And then I always looked at LRF, obviously, at the time. And I was a bit like anxious about going in there because it was a quality gym, and I just thought I don't know why the stereotype. I just thought I don't know if I'm going to like it, and then I went in there, and then obviously never looked back really. So and then that was 20. Yeah, I've been in LRF 2023 that was. But so I've only been training 4 years. I wish I know everyone says it, but I wish I'd have started when I was 16. I really do. But better late than never.
Yeah, that's good though. It's always
Yeah.
nice to have a little bit of a story there. Like I started pretty early. I was like 17, 18. Albeit I didn't have a clue what I was doing, but I stayed in the gym group for like 6, 7 years of mine. Like way too, and I was just like, what am I doing here? Like, let's just change gym. Same as you, joined LRF at the time, and obviously it's changed since. And since, I don't know about you, but since joining a better gym, however you want to frame it, like results are just so much better as well.
Yeah, no, it's the whole community as well in there. You know, everyone's so friendly. Everyone will help you. And now, being in there myself a couple of years, I see. I'll always help people and talk to everyone. It's quality. It's no matter what time you go as well. Obviously, in the week I go in the evenings, and the weekends I go early in the morning. But it is quality. I just
Yeah, and then it's probably stemmed into your new business venture. So run us through that a little bit.
Yeah, so I've wanted to do it for a while, and obviously it's only just a side thing to start with now. But a few of my guys who I work with have said to me, about getting in shape, and then I thought, well, actually, I'm going to start it. Then, I kept saying I was going to do it after prep, after my shows, but then a few of them said, I would like to jump on now. I said, yeah, fine. So I've got a few just starting, which is nice, and I just want to keep growing it as much as possible. Just as a little side thing to start with, really. And obviously, if it grows into it, brilliant. If not, we'll just see what happens. But just keep pushing it as much as possible.
Definitely. Yeah, I think you made a good choice there starting it now because you're in shape, you're getting in even better shape. People are going to sort of look to that. I know Max has said that as well. Like, people will look at people they want to work with.
No, that's it.
Roughly based on how they look, which is not always the best thing, but it does definitely help. So
people like that.
No, that's the thing. Because obviously after this year, I haven't really had a massive I've had a 6 month off season, but after my shows, I want 18 months. to go again probably in 2027.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, if you're in shape, people obviously look at they'll want to work with you, won't they? But
Definitely.
yeah.
It definitely helps. It definitely does
Yeah,
help.
of course.
When I do because my off season is always quite long, like 2-year off seasons, and it ends up being like 3 years since I've last been on stage. It's like if I got leaner and actually got skinned, it probably would do my business, but my business would be better.
Yeah.
But then again, I have to be a little bit tunnel vision on my goals and my bodybuilding journey. I'm like, maybe the payoff isn't that.
Yeah.
So,
you got a full-time job, Max, as well, haven't you?
Yeah. Mate, I'm a medical engineer, so got quite a lot.
Yeah. You're almost done with uni now, aren't you?
August.
Oh, maybe not.
Yeah, do you know what? It's nice that it'll finish before my shows start.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just chaotic at the moment. Just the amount of workload and stuff like this week. I remember Tuesday, or was it last week, the week before? Like I was literally driving home from uni, and I was like, "Fuck! Like, what am I like? How am I going to balance everything?" Because I had so much work, but I ended up smashing it out. It was some long nights at the laptop, but it needed to be done.
Yeah, it's like anything though. Like it's normally the thought of it is a lot worse than the actual doing of something, whether that's work,
Yeah.
stuff that you need to do at home or whatever. Like thinking about it a lot makes it worse. It's like, oh shit, I got this. If you just like try and crack on with it,
Yeah.
start small and then it should obviously help. But obviously you two are probably the busiest
I
in
hate
terms of
having things that you have to do. Like I just want to get them done. Like I just feel so much better. It's just
yeah.
a bit of OCD and stuff. Like I knew this morning I had a lot of things I needed to get done, and then once you've done them, it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something I kind of suffer with as well is like work anxiety. Like when I've got loads of stuff to do, like I get really anxious.
Yeah,
And
it's
it's
exactly the
weird
same.
because I know I'm going to do it all. Like I don't have an option. I'm going to do it. But
Yeah.
then because I've got so
Exactly the
many things to
same.
do, like my anxiety level goes through the roof. And I
Yeah.
don't really
Especially if
understand.
it's something that you've consistently, like, I don't know, as an example, check-ins or an essay deadline or something. You've done it before, so you know you can do it, but I do the same thing. Like, I get stressed. I'm like, oh my God, I've got so much work. But it's the same thing every single week. It's the same amount of work, maybe a bit more here and there. And I'm like, oh fuck. And then you get through it. It's like, well, why was I stressed?
Yeah.
Literally, it's mad.
Yeah, because the other week when I was driving home from uni, I was literally like that, and I had to go train push as well. I just put my headphones in the whole session. I was in an absolute stinker of a mood as well, and I got it done. And then I got home and I was like, well, I've trained, I feel good. Like I know when I need to do my uni work now. I've kind of mapped out in my head, but it was just the initial shock. I was just like, shit, like what do I do?
Yeah, definitely.
I've got a question for both of you two. More Denny now probably, but the one thing, well, two things that I'm not struggling with, but on prep is how cold I am all the time. Literally all the time.
I've got 3 layers on, mate.
It's my hands and feet a lot, but
Yeah.
honestly, and sleep. How's your sleep at the minute, Denny? I know you said
Sleep's better. Like last year it went completely bin. I think there was a bit of stress involved with that as well. Probably maybe 4 weeks ago, maybe a little bit more. It just went in the bin. I was waking up consistently at the same time, and I'd be wide awake for hours, not even to go for a piss. So I don't know what's changed. Maybe it's just again stress is a little bit lower. I feel a bit better. So obviously your routine's sounds like it's pretty locked in. The only thing I could maybe suggest is I'm assuming maybe you get up a little bit later on the weekends.
I don't.
Oh, you don't? Okay. I was gonna say if that's it, then that might be throwing the rest of the week off a little bit.
It's only been the last few weeks. I always get up for at least a piss. Yeah, usually I'm trying to cut my fluids off earlier. I go to bed early. I'm usually up in bed by 9 and then up at 4.
Yeah.
But recently I've been waking up a few times in the night.
Just like wide
and
awake.
then I'm thinking like 2 o'clock like last night, and I'm like, why isn't it 4 yet? I just want to get up.
Yeah.
I do go back to sleep, but
Like unfortunately, I'm sure Max will agree. There gets a point where it just takes a hit. Like we are doing something a little bit extreme. Your body is crying out for everything but what you're currently doing to it. So yeah, essentially you'll just need energy, food, and it's waking you up to go get energy and food.
It was the same last year. Yeah, it was the same last year with the photo shoot. It wasn't like I could deal with the hunger. Well, it's not really. I don't really ever get hungry. I'm eating every like 3 hours, 5 meals. It's just it was the energy and being cold. And this
Yeah.
year it's even worse. But like it's
Okay.
nice sunshine out there, and I'm out in my hoodie and my joggers, but
Yeah.
just being in shorts and t-shirt. But yeah, it's like,
Yeah. It's tough. It's tough, but obviously the weather is getting a little bit better. So hopefully that kind of
no, it's
lines
not.
up with you getting more and
Yeah,
more skin.
yeah.
Yeah, obviously with the late nights though, it doesn't make it easy to go to bed. So
No.
Yeah, definitely.
one thing that I've like done over the past couple of weeks is use my blue light blockers, and that's one thing I swear by. Like they really do help my
Yeah,
sleep.
I've seen. I watch AJ's videos. I've seen that he wears them a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like they are really, really good. And I wear a nose strip as well. Like some people
I've got
might
them
think,
coming today. I've got some better ones coming today because I had some
yeah,
ones that kind of stick and then they don't. But yeah, I've got better ones coming today, which I'm going to try.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've got the ones off Amazon. They're called like longevity or something.
Right.
And they're just really, really good. I've tried the magnetic ones as well.
Mm.
They're okay, but I found that these ones are really good. So
No, it's good. I was going to
I
ask
actually
that
look forward to
question.
putting
Yeah.
them on.
Yeah, no, I am. I'm going to try it. I've got the magnetic ones. They're not that expensive, are they? So I've got the magnetic ones coming to see how they are. And if not, that it was going to be a question, Max, but you just said that.
Yeah.
Longevity, I'll have a look.
What about kind of like your sleep environment as well? Like cool, dark? Do you wear clothes? It sounds like a silly
I
one,
don't.
but
Because I'm freezing. Like, but
yeah.
sometimes,
Because
yeah,
sometimes when you're
usually in
sleeping
my
with
boxes.
clothes, it can pull a little bit, and
Mm.
that might sort of aggravate you. It sounds really silly and
No,
trivial,
no.
but something as simple as the clothes that you're wearing could be affecting you a little bit. Like, I don't know if you've ever slept in joggers and they sort of ride up a bit, and you wake up
Yeah.
like, oh, it's
Yeah,
sort
I
of a little
usually
bit
just
annoying.
try just being in my boxers because
Yeah,
I can't really. Yeah, when I was ill, obviously a few months ago, I was so cold, so I had joggers, t-shirt on, and then I'd
yeah,
wake up, take them off, and but yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
There's
mean,
nothing you can really do when it comes like at some point sleep is going to take a little
yeah,
bit of a dip. It's not going to
yeah,
be the same as what it was in the off season. You've just got to, I call it the hippie shit. You
mm,
just got to implement some of that sometimes,
yeah.
and it does improve it. But is it going to go back to the off season the way it was? No.
No,
yeah,
Whilst you're
that's
very lean, it's not.
yeah, and that's what I've said as well. Like I said in my check-in to Chris yesterday, like I'm 6 weeks out. I know that my energy's gonna be lower, my legs are gonna feel heavier, my sleep's gonna be impacted a bit. It is what it is. Yeah, you just got to get through it, haven't you? So, but also
yeah,
as well, you do. It's weird in prep, like when you're cutting as well. Like I just feel like I can get up at 4 o'clock every day, just straight away. In my off season, I'm more like I want to stay in bed. It's just it's weird.
yeah,
Yeah, it does give you that kind of a bit more of a tunnel vision and a bit more of a
Mm.
kick to just get going.
definitely.
I've certainly noticed it, especially on like, because on weekends I'll give myself an extra like half an hour in
Yeah,
bed.
yeah,
And this morning I just woke up at the same time I usually do during the week, and I was like, all right, okay, cool, check in with AJ and then get my check-ins done.
nice.
Yeah,
So yeah, it was a bit of a, it's getting earlier and earlier slowly, but I
yeah,
enjoy it because it means I'm ready to go train at like 12, which is nice.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
My neighbours must think I'm a right weirdo standing in the garden at like 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. Yeah,
Yeah, just
it's mad.
topless in the garden.
Yeah,
At least you don't
literally.
have
Yeah,
to
I've
take
got
it
to do
all
that
off, mate.
tomorrow. Actually, yeah. Chris has asked for some fasted like sunlight shots, so I was like, yeah, I'll be out there
Yeah,
tomorrow.
Yeah, that's the
yeah,
worst. Like, I remember when I was in prep last time, because I didn't have the setup that I have in my spare room now, and I had to go outside in literally trunks, and my garden everyone could see, like all my neighbours could
Same.
see in my garden, and I'm
Yeah,
like, oh god, I've got to go do this.
Oh
yeah. I
no.
went out. I went out a couple of days ago. And my missus was like, "What are you doing? Like going out there?" And I'm like, "Oh, it don't matter, does it? Like, I
Yeah,
don't care if someone's washing out their windows, whatever."
that's a bit of a question I got for you.
Mm.
Someone might have asked it actually.
No, go on.
How's like, without going into too much detail, if it's good, bad, left, right, ugly,
Mm.
how's just in general being in a relationship? Obviously, it's probably quite new to her, even though you had the prep last year in terms of
Yeah,
some of the things that you're doing, like getting up, weighing all your food, being like militant with it. How
yeah.
is that?
So that was another like test last year to make sure that she was happy. I am very lucky to be fair. Like she's very relaxed, chilled about it.
Nice.
Um, yeah, I just get on with my stuff. She helps me with my stuff, meal prepping, stuff like that.
That's good.
And I did say to her like last year, like you do realise what I'm going to be doing next year. It's what I did this year, like for the photo shoot, but
Yeah,
worse. She's just like, yeah, it's all right.
that's
And
good.
I do say to her now, like, am I being all right? Because sometimes like I am quite short lately, and then I notice it about half hour later, and I'm like, yeah, I shouldn't be like that.
Yeah, It's good that you're like that though. It's having that self-awareness. So
you get annoyed over little things when you shouldn't. You shouldn't be. As we said, we're doing it to ourselves. So
he's eating your oats or something.
Yeah. Yeah, Chris cut my oats yesterday as well. Only slightly, only a tiny bit, only grams, but yeah. But yeah, no, it is, and that's another thing as well. You can't be starting like prep or anything like that if you're not in a good place relationship wise, because it will go. I do not worry, but I can't go out for meals. Obviously, that's the one thing I do miss, just going out on a weekend. Just again, I don't eat crap food when I used to go out, but obviously when you're in a contest prep, you won't
just having that choice to do it.
But no, it's just all good. We still try and go out as much as possible. We started going to the cinema quite a bit, where I can take my food, which is great. Just going out, just even like when the sun's out, like we went out yesterday just for a few drinks. Obviously, like Diet Coke,
couple of beers,
6 weeks out beers.
That's it. But, I'm quite lucky because it would take it does take a toll on not just me, on her, and obviously like family wise as well. So you might not be as present around your family, but it's just remembering you're doing this for yourself. It is selfish, isn't it? So you've got to as long as they understand, that's the main thing.
And just remind yourself and them like it's temporary as well. It's not forever. So
that's it.
Yeah,
I think as well, like the more you do it, like you'll probably do this prep, and in a couple of years' time, before you do another prep, and it will become a little bit like normal in a way. Like your family won't look at it and be like, Billy's doing this crazy diet again. It'll be like, oh, okay, Billy's just doing a prep again. Like that's what my parents think. Like when I say I'm in prep, they're like, okay, we know that he can't come around for meals, we can't go out for dinner or whatever. Like he's gonna have to bring his own stuff, and they just know now. Like it's just second nature. So it will come. It's just obviously slowly introducing them. I remember my first prep, like my family are like, what the hell are you doing?
It's weird, like when you take your food, like you do feel a bit like that. But that's what I said when like Deanna, my wife, went, like her mum said, oh, do you want to come round for something sweet? I said, look, I'll come round, it's not a problem, I'll just bring my food. Like it's not a problem. And it was even like my 30th birthday in January. I'd just been in like 4 weeks, just started, and they was like, well, what are we going to do? I said, well, you can all come round. I got my mum and dad round, her mum and dad round, and we laid out a massive spread, and I just ate my meals. But that's fine.
Still the same. You're still being present with your family, so it's just you're not eating that food, which I think is
that's one thing that does help me as well. Is like when I do go around and see my parents or whatever, like when they eat, I'll eat, but I'll just eat my meals. And so it doesn't seem like a massive difference. Like there's no one kind of like looking over you, like with nothing in front of you. Like you're still eating your meals. It's just a different meal to what they're eating.
Exactly. Yeah, it's not really that different to obviously if you're mapping out and prepping some of your meals in off season as well. Like you're going to be eating slightly different food anyway. Obviously, there is that flexibility to enjoy the moment, but chances are you're going to be eating similar foods in 3 months' time.
And that's exactly what I said to my wife again. Like I said, like when I'm in my off season, like we'll go out for a meal and we'll do that, once a week or whatever. But I'm still going to be eating my same meals, just more of it. It's always going to be like that now. That's what I love. And people, the worst thing, and Max, you'll probably get this at work. They still say it because I'm working every time. Like usually every couple of weeks they get fish and chips, and they'll come in and say, "Billy, do you want anything?" I'm like, "No," and then they're like, "Oh," and then like, "Oh, you've got chicken and rice again." I'm, "Yes, I've got chicken." "Oh, you got this." "Oh, that's crap." I'm like, "Yeah." You've said this about 100 times now, but
it's never been funny, and it's still
it's just I think I've been in my job for like coming up to 6 years now actually, but they're kind of used to it, like because I bring in my meals all the time anyway, and I eat 3 meals at work, so they're kind of just like, oh, Max is eating again. So they don't even really offer me anything anymore, unless I'm in an off season, then maybe I might have something, but usually I just say no anyway, so I think they just don't ask.
I have 4 out of my 5 meals at 4 out of my 5 meals at work now, and it's and again they say to me like, you're eating again, like, and they can't get
you eat so much.
They can't get their heads round, like when I was on like 2,450 calories, like people, but they'll have that for they'll have that as a lunch and a dinner, and they see me eat 4 or 5 times a day, and they can't get their head round like how I'm losing weight.
But
eating so much because they're seeing me eat like every 3 hours.
Yeah. Again, it's just that awareness of food, isn't it? Like what's actually in it.
Yeah, when you know what you're putting in your body when you've weighed it and that. It's mad what you can eat.
It's when people are like, oh, I don't eat a lot.
So, that's exactly it. Yeah.
There's like 1,500 calories in that snack that you got there.
That's exactly it.
Yeah. What about the 2 donuts that you had today?
Yeah, I'd kill for just a mid-morning 1,500 calorie snack.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh God.
Right, should we get into some questions then?
Let's.
I think
I've got quite a few.
No, good. I think I've got one. I think.
Nice. Oh God. Andrew's asking questions.
Yeah, I was about to say Andy was in the gym and he was. I saw him open your question box. And I was like, oh God. But you know what? My mum watches this podcast and she was like, "You need to stop saying Andy's questions because they're stupid." I was like,
well, we're gonna start with Andy. So, if you woke up female tomorrow, what would you do first?
Probably panic.
Oh shit! I'm in the wrong class.
Yeah, I was like, I best start learning bikini.
What are you doing then? Go on. Apart from panic.
Well, it's fucking normal. Like, everyone knows what you're doing. Come on. Yeah, correct, Denny. Everyone knows exactly. First thing is, I've got something different. I'm gonna have to explore a little bit. Everyone knows that.
There you go. Well, none of us really need to answer that, but we all know what we're doing.
I got a question from Gemma. She goes, Billy, how is your day job working along with your prep and your new business? I think we've already kind of touched on it.
It's busy, but I like being busy anyway. I'm getting busier at work at the minute as well. So it's just having a routine. So I know at 4 o'clock I get up. I have my coffee if I'm doing my cardio, 4:30, get to the gym for 5, do my cardio, work for 6, and I plan out my day. Now I'm in the gym for about 5. It's all right. And as I say, the only thing that I do not struggle with is just because I've got to go around and I can't not do my steps. Like Chris sometimes says, "God, you're doing like 15,000 steps," but I can't. He knows that I can't not do that. I've got to. I might have to walk around site 5, 6, 7 times a day. So it's just managing it. But I'm used to it. Yeah, and it's getting used to it. Like last year I've done it. So it's all right, to be fair.
Yeah, routine is the backbone to your bodybuilding.
Exactly. We've got one from Josh Dandy here. So you're about to eat a meal. What are you watching whilst eating? TV, YouTube, etc.
Well, Max, you gonna
go? Depends. I know it's a shit answer, but it does depend. In the evenings, it'll probably be on a rest day. I will always watch TV with my last meal. At the moment, I'm watching a little bit more YouTube. It's more football YouTube than anything else. I suppose it's a mix, actually. Just either TV or YouTube. Or sometimes I don't watch anything. I just sit down and enjoy my meal. And just try and stay away from my phone as well.
Yeah, it's TV or YouTube for me. Yeah, as I say, I watch quite a lot of podcasts, like bodybuilding bit stuff. In the evening, I watch something with my missus when we get in.
Yeah.
Nice. And then football, like overlap. I watch quite a bit of. Nice. Same really.
What team do you support?
I'm Fulham fan.
Fulham.
Yeah.
I mean,
second best team in Fulham, then, yeah.
Ex-Arsenal team.
Yeah, well, at least we ain't playing today. Same as Chelsea ain't playing. It's tomorrow.
Yeah, it's tomorrow. Yeah.
Can't be disappointed until tomorrow. I'm sure.
I've just seen the Arsenal score as well.
1-1. That weren't the best.
Have that.
Yeah, we won't talk about that. But I don't think you can talk, Max. But
right, good question from James Linford _. James likes it hard, Linford, of course. Traitor of the podcast as well. Yeah. You see, you went and go train with Josh and Tom.
Yeah,
because they went up again. So obviously we went a few weeks ago, and they've gone up again. And he's just trained with them. Josh and Tom was it?
Anyway, James is a traitor, so we thought we were his number one podcast, but obviously not. Anyway, he's asked, how good is your coach? Brackets, he's a twat.
I don't know. Is that aimed at you, Max, or is
Yeah,
that aimed at...
yeah.
No, he's asked Billy that question, I think.
Oh,
Well,
sorry,
yeah,
Chris.
yeah. That's the thing. Yeah, sorry. And James has just left Chris as well, hasn't he?
Yeah,
So
Oh,
James is trying to start beef.
yeah,
God.
yeah. Chris is quality. He knows that. Chris has been quality the last 2 years I've been with him. He's been great. Yes. It took me from. Obviously, I've done it on my own for a year and a bit, and then I saw Chris like come up on my Instagram when I was like at Pure Gym, and then when I moved, probably obviously to LRF, I always thought, like a lot of people do, I could do it myself. Why do you need a coach? But it just takes it to the next level.
Yeah.
And yeah, obviously done the photo shoot last year, got in the best shape I could ever have dreamed about being in. I was always one. I'll always say this to everyone. I always said like I'm never going to be able to have a six pack. Like I love my food too much, and it's just mad what you can achieve when you enjoy something and put the work in basically. But
Yeah.
yeah, Chris has been great. Obviously James, you couldn't like Chris that much. You've gone with old seagulls, is what everyone really calls them. Seagulls.
G-goals.
There you go.
No, it's all good.
Yeah, I don't know what James is saying there. But anyway, James, like I said, you're a traitor, so
Uh, duh, duh, duh. We got one from Coach Kelly, obviously, who we had
my guy.
on us. We got, do you see any merit in off-plan meals if everything is going to plan?
Yes,
Go on.
from a stress reduction, from a bit of normality, from a bit of flexibility, I think it's good to experience that. I think it's good to look at normal food and go, okay, I can fit that into my meals and
Yeah.
it's not a problem. If anything, it's just going to make you more experienced and also enjoy the process a little bit more.
Yeah.
The most progress I made in terms of off season was my last off season from 2022 to now, and I had the most flexibility. When I didn't have flexibility in 2019 to 2022, I didn't make as much progress. Now, I'm not saying it's all down to the flexibility, but what I'm saying is I think that kept me in check. And especially, I wasn't coached for that time as well. Like I stopped with AJ at the end of 2022, and obviously got back with him towards the end of last year. So I went 2 years with no coaching, just accountable to myself. And I was, going to raves. I was enjoying myself when I wanted to enjoy myself. But I knew that if I was doing it, it wouldn't be every single week. It would just be occasionally. I think it's good to experience that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's also just learning a little bit more about food as well, like having your own awareness and accountability with it and not taking it to the stupid level of having off-plan meals every 2 days or something. So yeah,
Yeah.
I think in terms of keeping your head in check, definitely. Um, maybe not towards a prep. You'd
No, it's exactly it, isn't it? So like now I know like prep, like I've been on the same food, not gone off my plan at all, same meals for 3.5 months, and I know in 9 weeks, yeah, I'm going to be in my off season, and I can have one meal a week or whatever
Yeah.
with my missus
Yeah.
or stuff like that. But that's what it's all about. Yeah, as long as you can fit it in, and as I say, even for me, if it's like an off-plan meal, it's not like a cheap meal where I'm going to go and smash a Domino's or something. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'd go,
even then, like as long as everything else is in check and you're not
yeah,
being a dick about it, you could still have that.
yeah,
And
cool.
yeah, scale weight's going to be up
Mm.
a little bit, not
Yeah.
massively. You don't need to eat all of your food plus the Dominoes,
No,
especially if you're pushing like 4K calorie, because then you're just taking it a little bit too far, in my opinion. But yeah, like it's temporary. Like it's not like you're doing it every other day, is it? So
Yeah. I think intuitively eating, or for like maybe an evening on an off season, maybe once per week is a good thing. I think.
yeah,
And I'm like you, Billy. Like the main thing that I miss about my prep is going out for dinner.
yeah,
Because that was a big part. Like me and Kate used to go out
yeah,
nearly every week, and we'd go out for dinner. We'd both put our phones away and
yeah.
just have a nice dinner together. And that, like, to us, that was a big kind of part of our
No,
relationship.
it's exactly the same, mate. Yeah,
So that's the only thing I miss. But I think it's more so just that experience rather than the over analysing of food. Obviously, we like food, but
yeah,
it wasn't what made the moment, so to speak.
no, that's the thing because obviously, like as I said, like we've been going out for like a few like just for a drink, but it's not the same as having the food. And as you say, you don't have to have like a bad. Like I would never go and I'd always choose a healthier option because I like that now. But yeah, it's about like spending the evening out, isn't it? And bits like that. But
yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
I've got another question from Josh Dandy. He always asks me the good ones. Would you rather always feel full, brackets, legit cannot eat anymore, or always feel hungry, brackets, peak food focus?
I feel like our answer is dictated by where we're at now.
Yeah.
Because I'd much rather feel full.
Yeah.
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 I mean,
Yeah.
obviously being like so full to the point where you can't move, it's a little bit uncomfortable, but I'd definitely pick being over the top full at the moment.
Yeah. The same. Yeah.
Yeah, to be honest, I would actually agree because I don't think like where you are mentally when you've got really high food focus, I think that's actually a big detriment. I'd rather just not be bothered about food because I'm full than be like super hyper
Yeah.
fixated on what I'm gonna eat, what time, like clock watching and stuff like that. I'd hate to be like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Like kind of the only, in my opinion, one of the biggest downsides to pushing food up is just getting it all in and prepping it all because there's so much more food to sort. You miss a meal, you're fucked because you're going to be running behind all day. Then you're eating late. Then yeah, that's probably the only downside. But yeah,
Yeah. If you've got to
definitely
cram
rather
like
more
two
food.
meals into one, yeah, it's
Yeah,
late if
and
you're
then
out.
digestion goes a little bit amiss, and then before you know it, you're cramping up. Not a good time.
Yeah. You got any more, Denny? I got one from Roshin.
Okay, well, this one's from Louis Raymond. We can all answer this one. I think we might have a pretty different answer. Was competing always a goal you had in mind, or did it come later in your journey? So I think I believe
You
you,
kind of asked me that, didn't you?
yeah,
Yeah.
you sort of touched on that.
No, for me, yeah, it was as I say, the first couple of years it was just getting in shape, and now it was actually the first time I thought about competing was actually when I got married in Greece in 2023, September 2023, just after I'd started with Chris. I was just going on walks in the morning and listening to a lot of bodybuilding podcasts. I think the Olympia was about a month later or whatever it was. And then I thought, actually, when I get back from my wedding, I want to do a competition. And then that's when Chris said about the photo shoot. So I ended up doing the photo shoot 2024 and then competitions this year, yeah.
Gotcha. You, Max?
No, it was like I think I just fell into it, but I've always been fairly competitive at something I enjoy. Like I've always wanted to, like for example, boxing. Like I was very sporty as a kid. With boxing, I was always pretty competitive with that. And then when I got in the gym, I was like, okay, how can I be competitive at this?
Yeah.
And then obviously, it just kind of snowballed into bodybuilding. And that's probably why I did it so early on. Like I competed when I was 19. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say for me, like it's only really been the last couple of years. I remember you Max, was like, should try this competing thing.
I
I was
was
just
I
like,
was
nah.
laying the seed, bro.
Yeah.
I was adamant before joining LRF. I was like, nah, I'm never gonna compete. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Because like my introduction into fitness and like gym, I wouldn't even call it bodybuilding, was the likes of Elliot Hulse. I don't know if you guys remember him. Um, was it Scott Herman?
Yeah, I remember Scott.
Who else was there? And then like Hodge twins, who weren't like competitors. It was just like general gym knowledge. And that was I was hooked on Elliot Hulse, and he's like a complete hippie now. But yeah, that was kind of where I was at, and it was only last couple of years where I'm like actually enjoy the process and obviously getting involved with it a bit more as well.
Yeah, basically anything you achieve this year, you have to thank me for because I laid the seed.
Yeah. And if I don't win, we're gonna blame you.
I'm gonna get that blame anyway.
It's all your fault,
It
mate.
is funny every time, because when Denny joined LRF, I was obviously quite in the mix with a lot of clients competing in 2023, so therefore I was like going to a lot of shows, watching a lot of men's physique shows, and I saw Denny and I was like, I think was you in a cut that time, or
Yeah, I
yeah,
dropped
you were
like
in a
10 kilos.
yeah, and I was like, I remember seeing you in the gym, and I was like, he would be good at men's physique, like he'd be really good at it. And then obviously I came over and spoke to you, and I was like, you ever thought about doing a show? And then you took a couple of weeks, and then you were like, oh, maybe we should have a call, and I was like, oh, well, and then I think I saw you in the posing room, didn't I?
Yeah.
And then we started like just taking you through the real basics of men's physique posing, and I was like, Denny, I think you got this, bro. Like, you've got the shape for it.
Yeah. I mean, I look completely different. In my opinion, I look completely different
Yeah, you do, but
Yeah.
I saw the potential, bro.
That's it.
Yeah. Max was in it for the long run.
I was
Like in 10 years'
investment.
time, he might actually be okay at bodybuilding.
To be fair, I knew you would be solid. Like, as soon as you come on board, like, I know you're a no bullshit guy, right? So I knew you'd follow the plan and stuff, and it was just a couple of refinements that you needed to make because you already had the basics in play already.
Yeah, like I've always been quite keen on like the training side of it, training hard. It was for me, it was always just that direction sort of thing, like where to take it, because I was just training for the sake of it. So now it's a bit more kind of in line with something, even if it's, let's say, 2, 3 years down the line, I'm not competing or whatever happens, I'm going to be essentially doing the same thing that I'm doing now, which is being on it. So
yeah, the direction bodybuilding gives you is ridiculous. Like,
yeah,
Billy, I promise you now, when you get into your off season after this prep, you'll make the most progress you've ever made.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
because you'll just be so like you'll take everything you've learned from your prep and you'll apply it to your off season. Yeah, you'll have the flexibility, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
but you'll still apply the same tunnel vision to a degree, and you'll make so much progress.
yeah, definitely. I definitely made some decent progress in like the 5-6 months, obviously last year. But yeah, this time as well, because the main thing that I not struggled with, but a little bit I was wary of was I didn't want to ever get like I kept thinking I was going to get fat. Because obviously I was there before, and obviously when you see that scale weight going up, I didn't like that at all. But now I know how quickly it comes off. You know,
yeah,
it's mad how quick. You know, when you lock in, you know, yeah, as I say, 12 kilos in 14 weeks. Yeah, and it wasn't really hard to be. You know, I'm not going on like, oh, you know, I've made it easy. Like just sticking to the plan,
yeah,
getting my cardio done, getting my training done, and it comes off nice and easy anyways. But you know, muscle takes a long time to put on,
yeah.
doesn't it? So
And you've also got a reference point of what you look like at your heaviest as well in terms of
yeah.
when you've been on it. So
Mm,
you've got that to reference off as well. So you know you're never going to probably veer
yeah.
too sideways from that in
No,
terms
that's
of
it, yeah.
putting on too much body fat. So you've got something to aim for. Like last year, I've got something to look at. The year before that, like I look better at the same weight as well. So
Yeah.
it's always something to look at.
What other shows are you doing, Denny? Are you doing other ones? You
Yeah, so
just
I've got 25th, 7th, and 28th visit.
you're doing the WMBF?
Yeah,
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 nice. Are you going to all of them, Max? Yeah.
Of course, I'll be
Yeah.
there. I'll
yeah,
be staying in the same bed as Denny, basically.
yeah. We'll be cuddling now.
That'll be good to see you boys up there then for the
Yeah,
last two. Yeah, it's good.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think
we'll
it's gonna
see.
be a decent crowd of people from our gym up there.
Yeah, well,
Quite
I've
a lot of
got because at mine I've got David, Ross, James for the first one, Chris. I think Sean's coming up as well, and
them.
obviously Dave's staying with you. I think on
Yeah,
Yeah,
the other
yeah,
ones, and I've got Ross, James, Elliot, Chris. Yeah, no, it'd be good.
nice.
yeah.
Yeah,
It'll be a decent crowd.
Mm.
yeah. I've got a couple of clients coming, family,
Yeah,
a few
no,
other
good.
people.
Yeah,
So
I've got a few mates and that, and
yeah,
yeah, no, it's good.
I'm excited. It's going to be like those couple weeks are going to be really cool. And then I
Yeah,
think like Dan's got a client competing
yeah, I've been speaking
2
to him
weeks
about
after that in the
that.
WMBF. So there's going to be like loads of us there. It's
Yeah,
going to be the
yeah,
Southern takeover,
yeah,
it
which
was
is what
nice
we
as
love to see.
well. Sorry, Max. Yeah, it was nice as well because you had Justin on, didn't you, a few episodes ago? I've seen him in the gym, never really spoken to him, and then I had a good chat with him.
yeah.
Lovely guy, and he even said, you know, he might come up to one because he hasn't been up to a show in ages. But yeah, it's good.
Yeah, yeah. Justin's sound. I like Justin.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's going to be an exciting times, and yeah, we'll obviously. I think with the PCA show, we haven't really booked it yet, have we, Denny, for that one?
No.
But you haven't booked it yet because we're just going to see what the UK DFBA holds.
Yeah, nice.
But yeah,
Be interesting. 2.0 is what I'm calling it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Denny 2.0.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Roshan's asked, on a scale of 1 to oats, how much do you love oats?
He knows it. He knows how much I love oats. Honestly, I've tried cream of rice, and I know, Max, you have cream of rice. Everyone has cream of rice. I go through a phase, especially in my off season. I was like, right, I'm going to try cream of rice again. Try it, and to me, and I say this to everyone, I must just be making it wrong, but like it just I had chocolate, like a chocolate one before, and it just reminds me of like mashed potato, but like chocolate flavour. And I was like, and then like I speak to Sean in the gym, and she's like, "No, I'll have to make it for you." I'm like, "Well, someone make it for me because when I make it, it's dead." But
I
yeah,
agree, mate. Like
yeah,
oats are.
I've got a tutorial on Instagram. Little shout out.
yeah, I see it, and I see all these people doing it, and I'm just like, I can't ever do it. But with oats, it's quite mad because in my off season, I was having 150 grams twice a day, so 300. That's a lot. But it's
Fiber
mad now.
PB.
Now
Yeah.
Chris has dropped it to 80 twice a day now. But again, you just add a bit more water, not as much as
Tom.
was it Tom?
Milling Tom.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
a liter of water.
I do go quite
that guy.
now with the water. And I've been having them. It's weird, Denny, as well, because I love them hot, but then I've been leaving them to cool down and even putting them in the fridge and having them kind of like cold as well now.
Yeah, that's what I did today. So because I was out in Maidstone after the
Yeah.
gym, put a little bit of Greek yogurt,
Mm.
a little less oats, a little less whey, just to obviously balance it out, and it becomes like really quick overnight oats.
Yeah, that's it.
So
But now my
yeah,
dark chocolate's been taken out though as well, which wasn't the best. But I'm looking forward to it off season when you can have peanut butter and loads of other stuff in there. But no, it's
that's
good.
the good thing about oats, in my opinion. It serves its purpose for both
Yeah,
ends. You can load it right up if you want to.
yeah.
Dark chocolate, honey, fruit, you name it, you
And
can
you can
put it
have
in
it
there.
like you can have it runnier, you can have it thick, whatever you
Yeah.
want, innit? And
You
I
can
switch
bake
it
it,
around.
you can have it cold, like
Yeah.
it's just versatile. Cream
Another
of
thing as
rice
well, like this
sucks.
week, I when I
Big.
got paid on Monday, I needed some new protein, so I got a couple of Perform ones. Because the only thing that I can change at the minute is my flavour on my whey paste, so that's good. But Max as well, I saw it. I bought them Perform the chicken and waffles and the
Oh
pancake.
mate.
I can't
Honestly,
believe that was real.
it's actually really nice.
Yeah.
All
But
right. Can I have 40 grams of it and I'll try it. And
yeah, yeah,
I'll do a review.
the thing is, right? The chicken and waffles, when you open it, it stinks of like salty fried chicken, and it's like that's going to be a bit weird. But it actually tastes sweet when you put it on.
Okay.
And the pancake and bacon one, it's again, it's just quite sweet when it's actually on there. But when you burp, it tastes like Frazzles. It's what I say. It tastes proper bacony, yeah.
Basil flavoured oats.
And I said after, I said it might be because I'm on prep that I'm liking these flavors, but yeah.
Do you know
Definitely
what?
is.
The reaction from that Perform drop shocked me.
Mm.
I could not believe when I went on Instagram how many people were resharing that giveaway, and I was like, "Who wants that? Like,
Yeah,
who
well, it's
literally
weird.
wants that?"
Yeah, Rosh sent it in the group chat, and he said, or James, I think one of them sent it in the group chat. I said, "Oh, it's April Fool's, obviously, isn't it?" And then James went, "Well, no, someone's actually messaged me saying he's going to be coming out at 12." And then it got released at 12, and it was
Yeah,
quite
they
cheap,
restocked
to be
it
fair, as
today
well.
or yesterday,
Yeah,
didn't they?
quite cheap to be fair. It was a little bit cheaper. I think it was like 15 quid for the kilo tub or whatever it was.
Oh wow,
It was like 30 quid up for both of them. But yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's funny that they actually brought it out.
decent,
It
interesting.
does not sound
It's weird
appealing.
because we was talking about flavors of protein on the previous
Yeah.
podcast as well.
Yeah, that was good. I like that. Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, good
interesting.
flavours coming in then. Yeah, I've
Maybe
tried.
like the maple and pancake I can get on board with, but
Yeah,
when you put bacon on there, like I can't think of any cream of rice flavour that I'd mix that with.
nah. But
Like
Cream of Rice, they
vanilla,
do some
maybe?
good flavours, didn't they, on the Trained by JP? But I wanted to try the custard cream one, but I never did. But yeah, I will give Cream of Rice a go again, I think. But yeah, for me, I could never justify having Cream of Rice over oats, but
Yeah,
You will. You'll get over it. Do you know what? Like I was exactly the same in my first prep. Like I was
Mm.
obsessed with oats, and I come out of that prep, and when my coach at the time kept giving me food because I was doing macros, I was like, oh, more oats, more oats, more oats.
yeah,
And
that's what I done last year.
I got up to like a stupid amount of oats, and then
Yeah.
I was like, this is actually getting disgusting.
Yeah, it was a
And
bit
because
like
I
that
had
for
to
me.
prep them for work as well, they'd be cold. And then I think one day, like it was sat in my car, and it was a really hot day, and the protein powder started going
Yeah.
off a little bit. And you know when you smell like an old shaker cup that's had protein powder in it. I opened this tub of oats, and it smelt like that, and I
Yeah.
was like,
that's it. Cream of rice is in.
yeah. But do you know what? This is how fucked I was, because I was like, well, I can't miss a meal. I ate it, right? And it's put me off. Like I had oats in my off season, but now I'm just like I'd rather just cream of rice.
Yeah,
Less mass as well.
that's the thing that's weird though. As I was saying, I was having 150 grams of oats twice a day. Now I'm having nearly half that, but it doesn't seem like that because I'm making it with a bit more water. I'm leaving it to like in the fridge for a couple of hours. It's actually seemed quite a decent sized meal. Again, when you put in like I have raspberries on mine, But yeah, no, it is good. It is a good meal.
Yeah. Oats are just elite. I would eat them all day if I could.
I was exactly, yeah. I'd have it every, and when because even Chris in my check-in, he said, "Look, I'm dropping your oats. I know you like your oats, but I'm only dropping them by 5 because I was at 85. I was at 100, then it went to 85, now 80. That's fine. Little drops like that's fine."
Yeah. Yeah.
Mad.
Team Oats.
I had to be honest, like AJ dropped my cream rice today, and I wasn't even that fussed.
Yeah, I saw you drop.
It went from 100 grams to 75 grams. I was like,
what macros are you boys on now? Denny, what are you on?
Training day 275 carb, 220 protein, 45 fat. Rest day 150, 220, 55. I think.
Yeah.
I'll quickly tell you my macros because I don't know because I follow a meal plan.
I'm eating more than Max, and
I'm actually doing half the amount of expenditure though.
Yeah.
What about you? What about you? Oh no, you gone?
Cool, Max. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm looking. I'm at 225 protein, 45 fat, and 260 carb on a training day. Rest days, I'm at 215 protein, 65 fat, and 130 carb.
Yeah, I've gone 200 protein, 290 carb, I think, and 35 fat. That's just throughout my 7 days. So, but yeah,
Nice.
still a good amount to be fair. But yeah, it was good. I'm looking forward to keep pushing on now.
Yeah. Not long.
It's mad. It's the time is flying. You know, we're in April now. It's mental.
Yeah. Crazy.
It'll be a quick
stuff.
year, mate. It'll be a quick year. Cool. Have we got any more questions?
I had one from Chris, but I think I've probably answered it actually. Let's have a look.
Go for it.
James won't like that. James will turn off the podcast as soon as you ask Chris's question.
Yeah, it's a good job it's at the end. We've got his viewership.
He's going to click off at 56 minutes now.
Yeah, what's been your favourite part of your journey the last 2 years? So yeah, I kind of definitely the photo shoot. Obviously, last year getting in that shape, doing that with a team. You know, Chris has got same as everyone. You know, Max, you've got your great team. You know, everyone in our gym as well. We've got such good teams, the community there. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the photo shoot this year as well with Chris. I'm not going to be doing it, but I'm going to be going up. I think it's in August. But yeah, it's just nice to have bits like that. Yeah, I would say obviously over the last 2 years that was the highlight, and then this is going to trump it obviously with the shows.
Nice.
Just a quick one for me as well. Are you nervous to compete? Like obviously it's slowly coming up now.
It's weird. I haven't been nervous at all, and I will be obviously when I go out. I think the only thing that I'm going to be nervous for is the routine. Just because you don't want to muck it up, do you? That's the only thing really that I'm not worried about. Because I thought I've got to go up in my trunks. You know, I've never done that before, but I don't care. I put it on my Instagram. Everyone sees it on my Instagram now. Everyone at work. You know, I used to think, everyone's going to see me at my work. I don't really care. People follow me from work.
Yeah,
it's fine. I'm going to go into work obviously with a tan. It's all right. Yeah, I will be nervous obviously on the day. I think. But yeah. Was you guys obviously? Are you nervous, Denny?
not nearly as much as I was last year. Yeah. Again, same with you. I think for me, I'm not a very loud, like overzealous person.
Same.
So for me to do something which is literally spotlight on me, it's very much out of my comfort zone. Everything up until the point I stand out, I'm chill with. I think that's me. But again, once you're there, you're probably just going to forget about it. It all becomes a bit of a blur, probably.
Yeah.
So as long as
you, Max, as well. Obviously, you've done it a few times, haven't you? So.
I'll tell you what. This is what both of you will go through. You'll be shitting a brick for the whole day. As soon as you'll be shitting in a brick the night before.
Yeah.
Because you'll be like, oh my god, like what happens if this happens? And you'll be trying to make every scenario in your head. And then you'll be shitting a brick all up until you stand out there. And when you stand out there and you look in front of you and you realise you can't actually see anyone because the lights are blinding your eyes.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah, you'll be like, oh, sound. And then it'll be like, okay, I've just got to do my posing, which I've been practicing for so long.
Yeah.
And you won't be nervous then. Because you'll be like, right, okay, game time. And you're thinking too much about what you need to do in terms of like your posing and stuff that it will switch off. Like the nerves will go.
Yeah, you've almost got nothing else to worry about because you're just so focused on what you're trying to do.
And also you've done all the hard, that's the thing, you've done all the hard work for 16, 20, 24, whatever, however many weeks. So you just got to enjoy it as well, haven't you? So
yeah. Like a prime example of this is Tom. When he did his first show, I generally thought he was going to run away. we got to the venue, and he sat down in the middle of the floor, and this was a small room. It's probably got 50 people in there, and he sat there with his eyes closed, sat up, listening to music. And Andy went to me because I had Toby there as well, and there was Toby's second show and Tom's first. And he was like, Tom's shitting a brick. And I literally, when all the competitors got called backstage, I grabbed him and I had to like go in on him a little bit. And I was like, I was like, come on. I was like, literally, you've been prepping he was prepping like for 25 weeks beforehand. I was like, you look fucking mint. Like, get your head right. Listen to some good music. Listen to some, music that's going to give you confidence. And the time he went off stage, he was like a different bloke and literally straight up smiled. And I was like, yeah, he's sound. And then from then, he was a psychopath on every single show day. I've never seen someone just so energetic and just so like bubbly. And I was like, that's such a change, like a 180. Yeah. And he was just so confident.
That's good.
So
it's having that team around though as well. Having the team like you doing that, Max, has obviously really helped him. And then it's good.
Yeah, it was just a bit of a pep talk. Yeah. Bit of a Guardiola talk, so to speak. It was a half-time Guardiola talk.
Half-time kick up the arse.
Yeah.
I've got another funny story about Tom as well. So on his second show, obviously when he went out for his first show, he was really nervous. Second show, so I had to go in the crowd because Toby was competing in the class before him. And I text Tom, I was like, right, can you have your pre-stage like intra type thing, which is basically what I do for clients. Basically a mixture of like a pump product, some carbs, and then some salt as well. And I said, look, I'm going to go watch the show. I'll message you when I want you to take your like pre-stage mix or whatever it is. And I texted him and I waited 5 minutes. He didn't reply. And I was like, shit. I was like, where is he? Start calling him. He's not picking up. And I said to Kate, who was with me, I was like, I think Tom's done a runner. Because how he was at the BNBF. And he knew the guy he was competing against as well, because that guy won the middleweights in the BNBF like a couple of weeks before. But that guy was also 23 years old, so he's a junior in the UKWA, so he's going to go against Tom. And I was like, he's done a runner. But actually, the guy was just chatting to the tanning girls, making sure he's all glazed and tanned up properly. And I was like, so Kate like bolts round to try and find him. And she's looking forever, and like Kate's calling me saying, I can't find him. No, he's just in a tanning booth, just getting glazed and tan and chatting up the tanning girls. And
Chops and all the girls.
Yeah, I'm like, fucking kidding, Tom.
That's more like Tom.
Yeah, that is more like Tom. Legend. Anyway, should we wrap up there? Billy, do you want to give yourself a bit of a shout out, mate? Where can people find you? I know you've got YouTube, obviously Instagram and stuff, so give yourself a shout out, mate.
Yeah, so Instagram. And YouTube are my main ones. So it's Billy Cummins _fitness. I am doing like a weekly. I'm trying to grow my YouTube as much as possible. I'm doing like weekly vlogs, like prep updates. So I'm going to be documenting my show days as well. But yeah, no, Billy Cummins _fitness, Instagram. I've got TikTok. Don't really use TikTok that much, but yeah, Instagram and YouTube, Billy Cummins _fitness. And I appreciate you guys, obviously, for inviting me on. I'll always be listening.
It's been a pleasure. Will you listen back to this one?
It's going to muck up my Monday routine now. I usually listen to it on the way home, on the way to the gym.
Yeah, he's going to have to listen to himself.
Yeah, it is strange. I've listened to snippets of myself. I'm like, I'm turning.
Yeah, do you listen? Yeah, do you listen back to? No.
Nah. If I want to like.
First one I did.
Your first one you did.
The first one I did because I was paranoid.
I heard myself speak and then just
but no, not anymore. Unless something needs to be cut as well, then I'll have to cipher through it.
Yeah.
Denny says something that would get us cancelled.
Hey, can't be having that.
All right, guys. Thank you for listening to episode 19 of the Natty Blueprint podcast. It's been a pleasure having Billy on. We'll probably do when you've competed and stuff, mate. We might have you on maybe a week or so after. Obviously, Denny will be in peak week that week, so we'll obviously see how the times align. But we'll definitely get you back on, mate, and just discuss your shows and stuff. And maybe we'll get you and Chris on or something. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, spot on. I'll always be up for it, boys, all the time. Yeah, follow, yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And we'll catch you in the next one.